Hey, I'm Dr. Lauren Kerr-Heraly, and I'm going to talk to you about goals because it's all fine and well to say you want to finish college, but sometimes we need to get a little bit more granular about how we're going to do that and what the difference is between our long-term goals and our short-term goals. So here's a visual for you. I love a mind map. This would be a way that you could kind of conceptualize your goals. So if you're thinking like super long term, finishing college would go in the circle because that's your long-term goal, and then your short-term goals might be the courses that you need to take or the people that you need to support you, that kind of thing. But let's think a little bit more on a class by class level. And so here's how I would do this for a history class. Long-term goal is I want to make a B in history. So think about the things that you need to do in order to make that happen. And this doesn't have to be perfect. I've just noticed that I misspelled assignments, but it's okay. You can just jot things down to help you kind of stay organized. So maybe one of your short-term goals is to get ahead on assignments one week. Maybe it's a light week, and you know that in a couple weeks you're going to have a term paper to focus on. So get ahead on the smaller assignments one week. Go to office hours at least twice. I always say that students wait too late to ask for help, and that's the biggest mistake you can make. So if you establish going to office hours early, it's easier. And so I would say twice is a minimum, but that's a good goal to set because it is measurable. Create a study schedule. My last video we talked about time blocking, so stick to that, and then reorganize if you need to, but make sure that you have enough time in your week to actually study and put the time in you need for the class. Seek feedback on rough drafts in a history class and any kind of humanities, English, science, pretty much everything you're going to have to write. So go to tutoring, do some peer review, ask your professor or your TA if they will read the draft for you and give you some feedback. Organize your class notes weekly. Now, you should be taking notes even if the professor provides PowerPoints and outlines. You still need to be taking notes in class. So every week, let's say your class is Tuesday, Thursday, so take Monday to kind of organize your notes and go through what they talked about last week and make sure that you are ready for the upcoming week and that the first week's notes haven't been lost. Participate in class is a huge one. Now this can take a lot of different forms. Maybe you're engaging in discussions, maybe you are asking questions, maybe you are taking notes diligently. So this means a lot of things, but make sure that you're actively engaged and not zoning out and not gaming, not texting, etc., etc. Improve your reading efficiency. In a history class, you have to read a lot, and it can be kind of daunting to think, well, I have to read a 300-page book, and then I have to read another 300-page book, and I have to read my textbook. So think about how you can, work on reading strategies to make that more efficient so that your comprehension is better, but also you're not spending so much time on it. Those two things go together. Another short-term goal would be to review the course requirements. And this is not just week one when you read the syllabus. It's going through it all the time, making sure you know what the expectations are of the professor, reading those fine-tuned details about the assignments, what the professor wants, where you can get resources, etc. So I hope this helps. Make sure that you do your own mind map to help you stay organized with your short and long-term goals.